how sweet it is to be loved by you nerds. What is up? It's me, your buddy pal HeyArcher. Welcome back to HeyArcher Live here on Nerd Affiliated. So happy to have you guys here with me tonight on the stream, as per usual, as always. I am sorry I'm late, but it happens to the best of us. JK, I was talking to my dad. Priorities. This is your weekly Thursday night nerdy talk show where we sit back and relax. I said we sit back and relax. And hopefully by now you've poured yourself, as I'm currently doing, a little bit of,
more specifically, vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
as we cruise into the weekend. Yeah. Of course, if you have a YouTube channel, podcast, blog, OnlyFans, newsletter, smoke signals, whatever it may be, put it in the chat, support one another, plug yo shit. I don't have a plan for tonight as per usual, but as per usual, you guys are going to help me get through this stream talking about whatever it is that you want to talk about. So it's going to be fun. As per always, as per usual, it's going to be fun. We got a HasLab that's somehow still going. I watched Fantastic Four. I talked about that this morning on my show, but I'll talk to you guys about that too. So yeah, there's plenty to discuss. But without further ado, we'll bring in the man, the myth, the late legend. It is me. On the wrong screen. It is me. Yo soy el problema. It is me. And just making sure I can find a thumbnail to use. That one works. Great. Perfect. Wonderful. Turn you guys over a little bit there. Of course, on this Thursday evening, let me know if there's any echoes. I don't think there are, but if there's any echoes, of course, let me know. And I want to give a shout out to the living legend himself, Senor JDF, right there. Yesterday was the anniversary of his passing. So, cherish those around you. Cherish those who need help. And you also just never know who needs help. So, why is this window going nuts right now? Be kind to one another is all I can say. Really. But sorry, my windows are all jacked up right now. Sorry, I was not prepared. But you can always go to nerdaffiliated.com. You one-stop shop for all things nerd affiliated. Find the links to the latest shows, latest live streams, videos, links to get some sweet merch. Of course, you can listen to the audio-only podcast on there as well. And what I rarely promote, but I should more often, is there's also a link to the photography side of things. I don't know why this always is blank when I first get there, but if you want to see some toy photography, some Comic-Con photography, all that fun stuff, you can find it there. And then if you want to get in touch with us in real time, we are on Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, Discord. We're nerd affiliated on everything, with the exception of Reddit. We're nerd affiliated with the number 1 on Reddit until we're hopefully unbanned at some point. And then if you're into the Ghostbusters side of things, the Real Nerdbusters on Facebook and Instagram. Instagram's always the best way to reach us. We definitely check that more than everything else. So I will say that as I roll up my sleeves to get ready for the stream. Let me make this bigger so my old eyes can read. Let's get to the top. Dave's Dimension. It is what it is. Always. No, I was talking to my dad and didn't want to rush it off the phone. So I was like, yeah, let's keep it rolling. And I put the message online, so hopefully you guys saw that. I forgot to brush. Yeah, talk to your parents, man. Talk to your parents if they're around. Ultra Carta in the house. Good to see you. This is whoa. There you go. Well, I thought I was hella late. No, it was me. I was a late one. Anthony in the house. Good to see you. We got Mark in the house. Good to see you. Got the man collects. Good to see you. And now all is right on this Thursday night. There you go. Hopefully you were able to finish your end of week recap before the stream. I gave you extra time. From eBay, I received my second Elite 84 Jeff Hardy. I feel like you've bought a bunch of those. Standard, and if anybody owns a basic 97 Jeff Hardy with purple face paint, message me on Insta as I need to swap on my second Elite 84 Jeff. There you go. Got Dada Films in the house. Good to see you. Also, let me know how the volume is. Because I've the other day I was listening back to the stream and things sound way louder in my headphones. And as I'm looking at like the meters, it almost seems to align with what I hear. But then I watch it back on like YouTube and stuff, and I feel like the sound effects are lower, like a lot lower than me. And I wonder sometimes if they even come through. So let me know. I actually think I might have a slight solution on that front. One of the things that's super annoying for any of you Apple folks, especially if you're like on Mac or maybe on iPad, I guess, if you have the menu bar at the bottom, they got rid of the like app screen where you see like all your apps, and the search function is so terrible. Like I was trying to find like the Stream Deck, my Elgato Stream Deck wasn't populating. Like none of my buttons were there. So I typed in like Elgato, but I had two words. It said no apps found. I typed in Gato, no apps found. I typed in L, no apps found. And I'm scrolling down and it didn't find it because I didn't do one word, all lowercase, Elgato. I was like, what's the point of a search function if you have to be accurate even to the case size? Like, I hate it. It's rare that I say I hate anything about Apple, but the new freaking search bar for apps is atrocious. And for some reason, when I try to clear up space, when I go to like largest files, it doesn't populate the largest files anymore. It's annoying as fuck. I'm really passionate about it. Really passionate about it. Did I say hi to Mark already? I'll say hi again just in case. Brian Mills, aka Darth Blaze, he and his girlfriend lost their house and their cats to a fire. Holy shit. RIP to Darth Blaze's cats. And there's a link for the GoFundMe in there. Dave shared it in the chat. Wow. Who was it? Somebody sent me somebody else who streams. I can't remember the name. Somebody sent me a GoFundMe yesterday, and I didn't know who it was. I didn't click on it. The name is like right there. But they DM'd me the GoFundMe, and it was weird because I was like, oh, I feel like Captain Spaulding. I was like, oh, I feel like I don't ever see you like on my stream or my channel, and I was like, oh, I didn't even think you knew who I was. But he sent me GoFundMe. I didn't click on it because I forgot, and I was also like, you never DM me. But I'll go back and click on that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Cutthroat Comics in the house. Good to see you. That's what she said. Ultra Carter also has a Discord. There you go. Link is down there. Did anyone see the Doomsday trailer? Avengers Doomsday? I don't think they have a trailer for that yet. Do they? Is that something that dropped like today and I missed it? Avengers Doomsday trailer. I feel like these are all like AI fake. Yeah, these are all fake. Yeah, what are you referring to? Is it a different Doomsday? Tony in the house. Good to see you. You're not late. I'm late. Volume is perfect. Great. Dada said, I left my wallet in El Segundo. But you did this. Is there a reference? Am I missing a reference? Am I failing at a reference? I'm going to give myself the button.
Boo! Boo! Rubbish! Filth! Slime! Muck! Boo! Boo! Boo!
I deserve the boo. K-Wall Comedy in the house. Good to see you. In the People's Gym. Or sorry, in the gym with my peoples. But I'll say the People's Gym. You got Patrick in the house. Good to see you. Cutthroat said yes. Oh, the song. No, the trailers I'm seeing right now online when I search are all the fake CGI trailers. Like, trust me, if there was a real trailer, Marvel YouTube would have the trailer up. They don't right now. It'd be on Instagram. Group chats would be going off the chain right now. It'd be wild times. It would be wild times. So you may have been duped. But let's go over to YouTube, pull up a couple things, find some things to talk about. It's funny. I reposted something, and right now, like on the Instagram page, hopefully I said Instagram. I thought I said Instagram. Maybe I said something else. But on the Instagram page, like I don't see the reposts, which is interesting. So maybe who would have that? No. Trying to find. Drawing a blank. It's funny, if I was a celebrity and had to like name off people or references to things, I'd be terrible. I wouldn't remember anything. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, what is your mom's name again?" I'd be like, starts with a letter, and I'd fail. But IGN has a post, so here we go. Today, they finally put down a Hollywood star on the Walk of Fame for the legendary Chadwick Boseman. So awesome to see. Much like JDF back there, gone too soon. Living legend. And I was thinking about it the other day about I think when I was making my Captain Marvel movie, maybe it was that one, or I was talking about the Captain Marvel movie, but I don't know. I had one of those like domino effects. You think about this, then you think about that, then you think about this, and Ryan Coogler came up in my feed, and I was like, it's funny. Ryan Coogler is one of my favorite directors at the moment, and it could be argued that Ryan Coogler is on one of the like greatest runs of all time for making movies. But I was like, man, every single time, with the exception of Sinners, every time I see a Ryan Coogler movie the first time, I don't really like it that much. Like the first time through, it doesn't always hit. Like when I saw Black Panther, I didn't like it. I actually found the meme I had posted where I think it was like the picture of a sleeping cat. And I was like, that was me watching Black Panther. And I think it was because I felt the movie was very predictable as it was going through. And in talking to people about like Frozen Empire, right? A lot of people were like, on your second and third time watching the movie, you'll enjoy it more because you're not like you're not waiting for the next thing to happen. Like you already know what's going to happen. So you can almost like let your guard down and just watch the movie. Oh man, sorry. Now, don't get me wrong. I finally watched Frozen Empire for the second time the other day. It's taken me multiple attempts to do it. And I did enjoy it the second time around when I kind of like let my guard down, just chilled and whatever. But it's definitely true for the Ryan Coogler movies. When I saw Black Panther the first time, wasn't crazy about it. When I saw Apollo the first time, or Creed the first time, didn't like it at all. Not at all. But second time, third time, fourth time, fifth, like, and that's the thing. I was able to get to a third, fourth, fifth, sixth time on these movies. I was like, oh, these are really good movies. Like, it's really weird. And I think what happens a lot of times with the Ryan Coogler stuff, especially with Sinners, for example, is you have the face value aspect of the movie. So like with Black Panther, there's the face value aspect of it, right? Superhero movie, bad guy, good guy fights bad guy, good guy loses, good guy regains faith in himself, beats bad guy, right? Classic. Once you get past that, then you're like, oh, okay, here's a story about somebody who their father died and now you're in charge of everything and you're learning how to do that. Your family gets ripped from their home, kicked out of their home, betrayed by everybody around them. How do you get through that? But then you have a villain who, are they actually a villain? Debatable. Literally just trying to get what's rightfully theirs. Which you can argue, are things owed to you or do you still have to earn them? I don't know. Royalty doesn't have to earn things. They just kind of get things handed to them. Oh, now I'm getting to fight the actual like embodiment of this is something that was given to that person versus did they actually earn it? Like there's layers to the movie that as you're watching it and you're catching those, you're like, like things start to click. And the same thing happened with Creed. I saw Creed the first time. I was like, man, his girlfriend's annoying as F. Like, he's a spoiled brat. Like, obviously he's going to win at the end of the movie. And then you give it that second go around and you're like, there's layers to this. Thankfully, in Sinners, I was catching a decent amount of stuff. But then when I watched afterwards and people did their breakdowns and whatnot, I was like, oh shit, there's so much to Sinners. Like this was a message, that was a message, this was a thing. Like historically, that's accurate. Like there's just so many layers to Sinners. But going back to the initial thought with Black Panther, didn't like it that much the first time. Second time, I was like, oh, this is actually really good. Third time, oh, this is really good. From there. But the ultimate game changer on Black Panther, for me, was the cultural significance. And it wasn't even the obvious one. Right? Like, I remember whoever I was like dating at the time, like their like school was going to see the movie. Like kids were going to, or getting taken to the theaters to go see a movie, which doesn't really happen anymore, but they were getting taken to the theaters to go see Black Panther because of the like significance of it. But I remember going out for Halloween and there was a white kid dressed up as Black Panther. And I was like, that's freaking crazy. And since then, you see white kids dressed up as Miles Morales. Like when I was a kid, we never got the cool superheroes. Like we were always dressed up as somebody else. Like you can't be Batman, you're black. You can't be Superman, you're black. Like that happens now with adults. Like, he can't be Superman, he's black. Like that happened, like it's a thing, right? People get so butthurt over, are you the same race as the character? But to see kids be like, oh, I want to dress up as Miles Morales. And then in this case, I want to dress up as Black Panther. Mind blown. And I was like, this movie. So, again, shout out to the legend one more time, Chadwick Boseman.
More specifically, vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
And if you could, sidebar, hit the like button. If you're here, if you're on Instagram or Twitch, feel free to comment. Most of us are hanging out on YouTube. But if you want to hang out on those and you want to comment, your comment still shows up on the screen. Just in case. There's no official Avengers Doomsday trailers, just the fake crap. Yeah. Don't talk about Tron. It's just sad. Yeah. I just saw your video on the Tron HasLab. I hear it was a ripoff. Yep. Mega Dan, aka Mega Demon, aka Rogued Demon Collects. Good to see you. Yeah, let's take a look at the HasLab. Let's see where it's at right now. Let's see where it's at. Now, I mentioned it on the video today. I do feel bad about my behavior lately when it comes to Hasbro. Right? You mean fake-ish Dave, not fake crap? It's funny. I feel like I've been overly harsh on Hasbro lately. And I don't want to be, because actually, as I've said many times, I love all the people at Hasbro. I feel like they do amazing work at bringing the fandoms together around these various projects. So I feel bad whenever I gotta talk bad about them. Shout out to General Kenobi. But this one, man, I can't do anything on here on this one. I can't do anything here. Like right now, we have 4 days left. It passed, was it 10,000 is the goal? So it's past 10% of the way there. I had nothing. I got nothing. And I made the post I did yesterday about it. Way over here. I maintain that this is true, right? I wrote here that unless it turns into some sort of collab with Kith, if that's how you say it, there's only one person that's going to help this thing get over the finish line. At this point, even get close to the finish line. And that's Adam Savage. Shout out to Gen X, aka Rob. He said, at least I think that was Rob, not Jamie, but it could have been Jamie too. Who knows? Gen X Wing saying, I don't think Savage could save this one, and I freaking love Tron, but this set is not worth my money. I've been saying it every week, right? That you need the casual collector involved, you need the casual fan involved in anything for it to be a success. And to get the casual person in, right, you need some of the influencers to really, really kick in. In this case, Adam Savage is probably the biggest. Is he the biggest nerd influencer for this? Who would you say is bigger? I don't even know. Cause I didn't even think that Straw Hat Goofy was that popular, but he gets tons of likes and stuff. King Vader, I'm thinking about the black creators. I don't know who's the biggest female nerd creator or non-black nerd creator. You guys can let me know. But I feel like you need some of them involved in a project like this to get it to really move, to try to get the casual person who's not looking at toy news every day or even every month, You need that kind of person in here. And the reason I mentioned the Kith thing, if you forgot about that, let me find that one to refresh your memory. I know he shared it at some point. He's doing a hella promo on that HasLab. Here we go. So Kith is the boutique clothing line. They do random collabs with things and they pop off. You know, this collab here with Jada Toys and Marvel Legends, like, we all have these figures. Or if you want them, they're easy to get at $24 a pop. That we are also like, man, I don't even know if it's worth $24. But you throw this logo on it from this brand that has been deemed like boutique and like, you know, streetwear and like cool and all this stuff. And all of a sudden you get 32,000 likes on this video. 32,000 for figures that we already have that just have Kith on it. It's crazy. Like, this guy was peg warming at Target, depending on the Target you go to, at $24. It may be, it was 25 when it came out. I feel like everything else bumped up, but it was like 25 when it came out. And this thing goes for 40, just repainted, or 45. And yeah, sold out in 2.5 minutes. Oh, can you guys not see my screen right now? Is it not showing my screen? There we go. That was weird. On my side, it was like black. So I didn't know if you guys could see it. But can you see it now? Can you see it now? Better. Okay. Was it the pop-up maybe? Was it because it was a video? Oh, no, you guys can see that too. Weird. But look at this, 126,000 likes on this video. And we already have these figures. So Arnold Schwarzenegger said it best. Marketing is everything. You can have the greatest product in the world, but with the wrong marketing, it's going nowhere. With the right marketing, it goes everywhere. And this brand, Patrick's buying clothes from them. The figures are selling out in 2.5 minutes. And they're figures that we already have. So this is the power of not just marketing, but the power of getting the casual person in. There are people out there who bought these figures at $45, didn't even know that you can buy these figures anywhere else. Zero clue. No clue you can buy that Wolverine at Walmart right now on clearance. In the 2-pack with Silver Samurai, I think. Or that Ryu was at Target for so long. No clue. So with Tron, with this HasLab, I feel like, you know, lesson learned by Hasbro. If you're somehow, I don't even know if they're forced to do it, but if you're somehow forced to do a HasLab like this, that's super niche, you got to find a way to tie it to something else and cut the check however you need to do it. Because if this was like a Kith combo Tron HasLab, I bet you this thing would have sold out in a minute at friggin' $300. Imagine it said Tron X Kith on it. And then like on the base pad where you had the lines with the light coming through, it said Kith on it. Is that how you say it? That thing would have sold out mad fast. Tron X Supreme on it, sell for $500. Gone. So I don't know. Maybe Hasbro has to get to the point where they're that cool, you know. But let me know you guys' thoughts. Like, would that have moved the line for you guys if it was comboed with something else? Let me know your thoughts. I'm saying it right? Cool. I actually didn't know about this brand until Steve told me about it. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. I have no clue what you're talking about. But their stuff sells out, man. It's just cool marketing. Come on. It's just cool marketing. 144,000 likes on this. You just need the right person, the right attitude, and you're golden. You're golden. The world is yours. Funny story. I used to work for Peloton, and there's a story that the CEO told. I mess up all my words tonight. There's a story that the CEO told, and it was when they were starting the company out, and when they started, it was a crowdfund, or whatever the funding website was. But it was a crowdfunded project to get the company off the ground. And they essentially had it priced out at a certain point. And somebody told them, listen, if you're trying to get a high clientele person, you're priced too low. You're priced too low. Price it higher. Let people know it's a luxury product. Whether you feel it merits that price or not, let people know it merits that price, and it's a product that, you know, mirrors that, whatever. My brain just took a shit on itself. But, you know, do that. And sure enough, they rose the price on it and took off. It took off. Now, that doesn't maintain anymore because they've ruined the brand. They've ruined the marketing. So, the right marketing, you can do anything. You can do anything. Going back to the Hasbro site, the other crazy thing this week was the Ghostbusters 84 Proton Pack has closed its pre-order window. So if you did want that, sorry, not sorry, I guess. But they didn't give any heads up on it, which was weird. They didn't say on this day, it's over. It's just gone. So, oh, and you guys can't see that now. Now you see it. Yeah, why is it doing that? I don't know. That's for sure. Mark knows. Can you see it now, though? I feel like Ecamm is messing up, but it actually just might be my computer. This update has been on some BS. So I'll wait for you guys to tell me if you can see it. All right, cool. There he is, Gen X-Wing. We were just talking about you. Good to see you, Rob. So yeah, if you didn't pre-order it, you missed out on it. They might do another run. You know, like right now, signs point to them not doing another run. Tony here says it was a small restock. It's weird that they sold out on it, but it's still pre-ordered. But it's also like a little ways out. But that's what they do. I remember Dragon Man at one point came back in stock. I'm hoping the Sensible comes back in stock. but this one maybe comes back in stock as well. So there's a chance. Is it black again? On my screen, it shows like it is visible on my like monitor. Here's running. Yeah, let me know if you guys can see. You're good. All right, cool. Cool. So yeah. Why do some HasLabs do good and others do bad? I always think the Ghostbuster HasLabs do good. So I was thinking about Ghostbusters and HasLabs earlier, and this question. Depending on the license, or sorry, depending on the franchise, some things will just do well, other things won't. Because you have to factor in the casual person. The Ghostbuster cosplay items hit it out the park every time for Hasbro. Every time. Flip that over to Star Wars. They did not have good luck with their cosplay stuff. Flip it over to Marvel. Their cosplay stuff is never a HasLab. It's always a pre-order, and it eventually goes on clearance. Going back to Ghostbusters, the toys don't perform as well. So we had the Ecto-1. The Ecto-1, if you guys don't remember, it didn't back until way into the actual project. And we had the early bird special of Louis Tully. They ended up having to unlock it anyway to try to get it to back because it just was not moving. Because casual Ghostbuster fans, if they're going to go for toys, they're going for retro toys, if anything. The modern toys, not so much. And Emily mentioned that on the stream, not the stream, on the video that we did at New York Comic Con. You know, when they're thinking about their collector, you know, a lot of us like to think about whatever echo chamber we're in. So I think a lot of you here, if you collect, you probably collect a lot of modern stuff. But there's pockets of the fandom, of all the fandoms, that collect just retro or don't collect anything, but they collect just physical media. They only collect clothes. You know, there's different things. So for Ghostbusters, she was like, you know, the fandom of the Ghostbusters, the side of the fandom that collects retro has no interest in a HasLab Proton Pack. They have no interest in Plasma Series 6-inch figures. So for them, it's like a lot of trial and error to figure it all out. Now, the Ecto-1 backed. We got all the tiers. Was there only one tier? There's only one tier. But totally was the early bird special. So that one got off the ground, but I think they learned they can't really do that again. I feel like if they're going to do another Ecto-1, it's going to be a limited pre-order run. It cannot be a HasLab. But yet, if they find another thing to make that's a prop, they can run the gamble of it being a HasLab. But I think the HasLabs might be going away anyway. Because right now, Marvel's not doing them. Ghostbusters is not doing them. G.I. Joe keeps hitting it out the park. But I bet you a G.I. Joe prop wouldn't sell as a HasLab, but the figures sell. So it all depends on the fandom. Ghostbuster HasLabs, I love them, but they are limited and niche. Yeah. So it does depend on the fandom, and it depends on who is how do I say it? I guess the fandom really is the answer. It's really the answer on it. I just saw this. This reminded me. I thought of this thing earlier today. So let me go back to IGN real quick. And it's black. See, I switched, and then I got a screen thing that said, do you want to do the update? You need to free up more storage to do an update. I don't want to do an update. Now, there it is. So I don't know what's going on with the computer. It's being really annoying. Anyhow, I saw this thing here. for the Pip-Boy replica. This thing's expensive, right? Would it actually sell out? I don't know. It looks here like it's $300. I think Adam Savage did a whole segment on this thing, if I remember. Super niche. But I'm also, willing to bet. Yeah, this is the same one Adam Savage talked about. I'm willing to bet that the person who's going to buy this Pip-Boy that is that much of a fan of Fallout probably doesn't buy that much Fallout stuff anyway. So in their whole like mental bank account of spending money on fandoms, I'm going to spend $300 on this replica from Fallout. I haven't spent a dime on Fallout since subscribing to Amazon Prime to watch Fallout. So maybe they do sell a decent amount. Who knows? But what I was going to, I had this thought the other day. It was very much a hater thought, but I want to talk to you about it anyway. Like that girl was there. I just noticed that she was here, and that's what triggered my mind. She's in two spots. Nerd influencers, right? Which I talked about earlier. I want to know how many of these people that get invited to things like these movie premieres and these TV show premieres, like how many of them actually do like reviews and stuff? Like as a nerd influencer to be successful anymore, like do you have to do reviews anymore? Like is that even part of the criteria? Because I see all these people going to things and then I don't see any reviews about stuff. It's just them on the red carpet like every event. Like every time they're at a new thing, whether it's for cosplay, 3D printing, they just talk about movie stuff. They go to all these things and I don't see any reviews or like thoughts or like whatever. They go, they post the pictures to say that they're there. They don't talk about the shit ever again. I'm like, well, I don't know. I can't wrap my head around it. I guess I couldn't wrap my head around influencers, 10 years ago, and yet here I am like trying to be one. But like on this part of it, I'm like, I don't understand. Like you talk about stuff, but never with like your opinion in some cases. And in others, they don't even review what they're going to go watch, even when the embargoes lift. I don't get it. Maybe it's like the boomer in me. Like, I just don't understand the influencer thing anymore. I don't want to pull up anybody and like come off as a hater on them, but I don't know. I the other day it crossed my mind and I was like, what would you say it is you do here? I'm just hating from outside the club. I can't get in. If they made a HasLab, the real Ghostbuster pack, that would sell. I think I talked to Emily about it. I don't know if that was on camera or not. I'd have to go back and watch it. But that's also super niche. The real Ghostbuster pack, us hardcore fans would love a real Ghostbuster pack, without a doubt. But like, how many casual people are going to go buy a real Ghostbuster Proton pack? Like enough to make their money back? I don't know. I doubt it. In fact, my neighbor dressed up as a Ghostbuster for Halloween this year, and he didn't realize I was like a big Ghostbuster fan. And, to him, what he bought was like one of the costumes you can buy at like Spirit Halloween or Target. It comes with like the inflatable pack and stuff. To him, that's as far as he needed to go. After he saw my pack, he was like, "Oh, that's so cool! Like I like that thing." But like he doesn't have a point of reference as to how much that cost, probably. So somebody like that, like who's gonna go and just be like, "Oh, I like that franchise. I'm gonna buy this thing." I don't know if the real Ghostbuster Proton pack is that recognizable to them, to a casual person. I don't know. I wish it was, and I could be wrong. But I wish the real Ghostbuster Proton pack, I wish they did a pre-order. Not a HasLab, but just a pre-order. And if you get it, you get it. If you don't get it, you don't get it. I think Spirit Halloween can clear up shop with that thing because they can make it for so cheap. One piece. Sorry, for those of you who don't know what it is, I should have put it on the screen. I'm sorry. And he was going to do that. Anytime it like delays. There we go. And then I get that pop-up. There's an update. Freaking jerk. The real Ghostbuster Proton Pack is this one from the cartoon. The blue, the 3 lights on it. So I feel like this is like an easy one for Spirit Halloween to make. Because they only make it as one shell anyway. And then they add the paint to it. Easy. This one is the... this one looks more like the kid one from back in the day, but... This is the kid one from back in the day. So, yeah, Hasbro can do it, but if they priced it similar to what they currently do, that's a tough sell. Not for a lot of us, but a lot of us wouldn't make up enough people for it to be successful. Mental bank account is completely unmanaged. Yeah. I'd rather buy franchise clothes like shoes, jackets, and t-shirts than figures themselves. Yeah, there you go. Don't hate, participate. I'm trying to participate so I don't hate. But until I participate, I'm going to hate. Which is how it works. We'll see how the 84 pack sells to see if they'll do that again. Agreed. I think doing it that way would be better. Yeah. Too expensive. Yeah, they weren't talking about this a whole bunch. They were not talking about this a whole bunch. Very little marketing around this thing. It makes me feel like there wasn't a big push with it. Hasbro's also going through a lot of things, a lot of changes. So that could also be why we didn't see a lot with it. They're currently moving to Boston. So there's a lot going on over there at Hasbro, and I don't know if that affected the promotion of that pack. But we'll see. It would have to be cheaper because it looks more like a toy than a prop. The real Ghostbuster one, yeah. Yeah. There was 1 year ago, the promotion for it. Yeah, well, no, it wasn't even a year ago. That thing came out this past summer. Real Ghostbusters Day. At Ghostbusters Day. Mondo about to make a 1-for-1 before Hasbro? Nah. Mondo, marketing. There you go. That's a perfect example right there. Let's pull up Mondo Real Ghostbusters here. Delay, pop up. Yep. Freaking thing. There you go. Mondo found a way to market themselves as premier figures, even though they are Funko. And the figures aren't like that premium. They're nice. But they found a way to get that as part of the marketing, hold true to it. They're able to charge more money for stuff. People buy it. That's where Super 7 used to be. And I think a fun, case study, if you're into sales and whatnot, a good case study would be like, how did Super 7 lose their whole like boutique? Oh, excuse me. How did they lose their boutique marketing reputation? But Mondo maintained. An easy argument could be the second your product ends up on clearance, you're done. If it ends up on clearance, you're done. If it ends up at Walmart, you're done. If it ends up at Target, you're done. That could be the easy answer. For all we know. You know, always run a super low inventory. So that way your stuff always sells out. You're never quite trying to kill it. Because I remember I used to, when I was casual collecting, I thought Super 7, you know, the prices were the prices, and I was like, these are crazy, but if I'm able to get my hands on one, I got something super rare, you know? And then as time went on and I started to see Super 7 stuff at Target, I would see them at FYE. I was like, oh, maybe these aren't that great after all. You know, so they lost their luster. And then they started doing sales at Big Bad Toy Store and stuff. So, I don't know. Yeah, 6 months ago, yeah. Jamie in the house, good to see you. So I found this shirt on Amazon. It is not a Ghostbuster shirt. It's actually not like an officially licensed Ghostbuster shirt or anything. And let me find it over here. I found it. It was in my cart for the longest time. And finally the other day, it was on sale. And it'd been on sale a bunch of times. But I was like, you know what? Just get it. And I did. I'll throw a link in the chat for you guys. See, I'm trying to be an influencer. Let me put that up here. And share screen. I don't want to give away my location. So I won't do it. Even though I'm not even, let me see, update location. Let me change it. Here we go. I changed my location. Crazy how I knew where it was, even though I never submitted anything here. Black screen. Do you want to update your computer? Let's go back again. There we go. So there it is. For those of you who don't know, it's pretty close to this. Pretty close. Not quite there. Close enough. Close enough that when people see it, they think it's that. And it's only $26. So that's why I picked it up. They sell other shirts as well. This one might even be a little bit closer, but it doesn't have the purple in it. Yeah, that's the only thing. So, yeah, it finally dropped in price. It was there for a while, and I was like, screw it, let me go for it. So I picked it up. And it'll be part of my casual Ghostbuster cosplay if I ever go to an event and I just want to be casual. AKA no flight suit. But let's go to a Big Bad Toy Store. We'll end the episode over there. See if there's anything cool on sale. It's not going to work this time. Back. Change. Why is it? There we go. Back. There we go. I think one franchise they need to do more of is 80s Knight Rider, but cool figures and playset. What do you think? I think that Ramen Toys could do a kit. I think they tried to. They might already be making that. But I don't think anybody else can. You can't do a full run on that. Because you just have Kit, you have Michael Knight, and then you're done. Like nobody wants to buy what was Homeboy's name? The boss. You know, maybe you're able to make Carr. You're able to make the Goliath. But I feel like even those, Man Collects can attest. JB can collect. They're both collectors of vehicles. I don't think 1/12 scale would be the answer for those. I think the 1/18 scale and smaller would work best. And even then, you're not really Devin. Thank you. Even then, you're not talking a bunch of the human characters, like the Black Eye. Nobody would buy him. April. You know, even the truck that like Kit goes into, like people wouldn't really buy that. So that's why Super 7 releases so many Lionel figures. Is they're like he sells. Like when it comes to Thundercats, like there's a niche group of people that will buy everything. They're very small minority of the fandom. But you put a new Lionel figure out, I always mess it up. Lionel. Not Lionel Richie. See JB in the house. He heard us. If you put a Lino figure out there, he sells every time. On G.I. Joe, you put out Snake Eyes, Cobra Commander, sells every time. Wrestling, you put out Roman Reigns, I almost said Bill Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, sells. So, yeah, see, Man Collects in the house. Well, you're here already, but you heard us. We called your name. We put the bat signal up. Too much at 1/12 scale now for figures. Need some smaller ones to save space. Yeah. And here's the thing. I was thinking about that too. The twin. What was the twin's name? What was that dude's name that drove Goliath and Carr? I can't remember. I want 1/12 scale vehicles for like figure photography, but I'm maxed out. I'm maxed out right now. Actually, let's look at Ramen Toys. I feel like he did do a the Knight Rider car. Garth? Was Garth his name? Okay. Like the Ramen Racer, right? Like, do I want this? Sure. But like, I don't have space at the moment, and I'm not willing to spend $265 on a vehicle. I do need to get this. I actually do need to get this because I have that Masters of the Universe figure, and it just has a shitty head sculpt. Wait, did I not buy that figure? Oh, I may have not bought the figure. I gotta double check. The A-Team van, right? I wanted this all day. I wanted this thing all day. 2 years ago, you're like, hey, you want to buy an A-Team van for your G.I. Joe figures? Yes. But as time went on, and I got, a couple Batmobiles downstairs and some other things, and with the way pricing is these days and the world in general, I'm like, I can't pull myself to do 180 on a A-Team van for a couple of pictures, and then I'm going to put it back in the box on a stack of other boxes because I have no room at the moment. So it's like, it's tough. If you're in the video game, if you're in the game of vehicles right now, it's a tough game because you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. You decide to release the vehicle, you don't sell it, you're effed. And then all of a sudden, 2 months, 3 months go by, a month goes by, a year goes by, a new franchise drops. Punisher has a van show up in the TV show. All of a sudden, vans are hot. Where's your van that you just had? Oh, you're out of them. You're out of business. You missed the boat by a year. Like you just don't know. You just don't know. I also noticed how he has the A in the corner on the top right. I didn't notice that before. I buy a 1/12 scale police car to go with my G.I. Joe Legacy police officer figures. Yeah, I do want to get that one. I saw it the other day. I've sold some of my McFarlane Batmobiles just due to not having room for them. There you go. That Ecto 1, though, that's the problem. That's the problem. Ramen Racer and the Razor Mad Max style. I mean, come on. Like, if anybody's going to have the Ecto 1, it's me. But I couldn't do it because I was just like, where am I going to put this thing? Where am I going to put it? You know, do I regret not getting it? Yes. But I kind of regret not having space more. I just wish I had a spot to put it. You know, super cool. Super cool. But like, I got nowhere to put it. I got nowhere to put it. But all right, going over to Big Bad. This is the sales section. Sorry for those of you listening. I was not farting on the stream. It was my cup rubbing on the mic. Hey, General Kenobi. 101 scale wearable Doom the Dark Ages Doom Slayer helmet. That looks pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. 122. Put that on the wall. Put that on the wall. Tony said put it on the wall like me. Patrick said the crowdfunded Batmobile gets sold the minute it gets delivered. Oh, I remember. Yeah, they had that a couple months ago. Tony said, I'm scared to see how big the Ectos are in person. And you said earlier today that your Ecto's arriving on Tuesday, so that's exciting. Can't wait to see those pictures. What's a little gas among friends? True. You guys cannot see my screen. It's the wrong tab. What is happening? What is happening? There you go. This is what I had up before for General Kenobi. This Doom helmet. Hella annoying. This thing is hella annoying. These elite squad troopers from Bad Batch. That's a good price if you're going to do some army building. 17 bones. That Odin, always a good pickup. Mando, 1250. Yeah, so a lot of these we've seen already. Oh, he's down to 99. Joker passed the $100 mark. Did the Batman pass the $100 mark? He did. Fuck. Oh boy. Oh boy. Leftovers. Yo. It's a plastic cape, right? Yeah. Damn. Oh, God damn it. I hate when we do this. I hate when we do this. I'm just going to send this to the boys real quick. I'm just going to send these to the boys real quick. Just be like, hey, I'm just sending this over to you. Go F yourselves. Go F yourselves. Shut up. You guys are not helping me right now. You guys are not helping me right now. Oh, my God. Need to give into the dark side. You need that. I actually have 89. I was looking at him the other day. I have 89 Batman downstairs on the shelf. And I was like, I don't feel like putting him away. I wish I could display him better than how he's displayed now. Listen, you guys, you're supposed to be on my side here. You're supposed to be on the side of good. I feel like you guys are not. I feel like you guys right now are on the side of evil. Oh, God. Oh, that dropped. That was 25. I paid 25 for that. Down to 22. So they got some sales going on here. For those of you who only listen to the podcast, I'm sorry. I'm being silent because I'm in my thoughts. In my evil thoughts. In my evil thoughts. That's why we say get it. Side of good for your collection. There you go. Toys. Geek Strong in the house. Good to see you. YOLO is what got me into this problem anyway. YOLO is what got me into this problem I'm in where you guys are here trying to ruin my life. That would be my very first Mondo figure ever. Ooh, no, that's been that price. That's been that price. Look at Jack Handy there. Oh, yeah. It's, I saw a thing earlier today. Let me go back a page. Aaron Waller sent me a video earlier today. In one of the group chats, and where you at? Did I pass him? Didn't we just pass the Are you not talking about the dude from The Thing? Is that not Kurt Russell's character? Didn't we? Isn't that what we were just talking about? When he said Jack Candy over there? Is his name Jack in the movie? Or was that under Mondo? And not Super 7. Am I in the wrong page? I saw that. I thought I saw that. It's The Thing. Here you go. McGrady. For some reason, this is what I thought of when you said that. Anyway, he sent me a video where, looking in the mirror. That's what it was. Was it like, you're special, you're unique, and gosh darn it, people like you. Is that the one? With The Thing, he sent a video where in the beginning of the movie, when the other scientists are chasing the dog and they're trying to kill the dog, and he's like yelling in Norwegian. It was like one of those, like, oh, if anybody in that group spoke that language, the movie would have ended there, because it would have been like, oh wait, that's not a dog, and like shot it, and then the movie would end. Good likeness on this one though. Soft goods. Multiple head sculpts. God, it's such a good movie. Yeah, no, you're right. I had the wrong. Oh, I was thinking Jack Burton, right? This is old Jack Burton coming to you live on I-95. Storms coming through. Blah, blah, blah. They see the Mondo 1/6 turtle. The one that's the one that looks like the OG figures. That one. This isn't stock. I'm going to add this to my cart because if this ever goes down in price, that's going to happen. That is going to happen. Not full price. No way. No way. I don't think so, pal. Stuart, something is the guy who's liking everything and calling them special, if I remember correct. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Jack Handy. And of course, it did not switch to screens. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Matt in the house. Big Trouble in Little China deserves a sequel. Original cast, same over the top energy. Ooh, man. Too many RIPs in that one, though. Too many. I know one of the guys, the guy with the Raiden hat, he died. He died in real life. Of course, the grandfather from Three Ninjas died in real life. The main bad guy, of course, died in real life. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to skip it a little bit. Where's the... Oh, this doesn't have him talking. We want the one where he's like... What's the guy that looks in the mirror? Mankind. Here, we'll just do this one.
And now, Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy.
Maybe in order to understand mankind, we have to look at the word itself, mankind. Basically, it's made up of two separate words, mank and eind. What do these words mean? It's a mystery, and that's why so is mankind.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you guys could not see the scrolling text because my computer's being an a-hole. But it's fine. It's fine. Stuart Smalley, good enough. Yeah. Let's see. Stuart.
I deserve good things. I am entitled to all I have.
There you go. We'll do this one and then we'll call it an episode before we get a copyright strike. Of course, you can't see it. Gonna have to switch back to the other screen and then switch back to the screen sharing screen.
What I have to do is be the best Michael I can be.
Because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and
gosh
doggone
darn it, people like me.
Because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
I think that's a good way to end this episode. I think that's a good way to end it. Yeah, Grandpa. But hey, appreciate you guys being here, hanging out with me, being degenerates together on a Thursday night. I just realized next Thursday is Thanksgiving, so we might have to do a Wednesday stream. If we don't do Wednesday, maybe we do Tuesday. I know Kenobi, if you're still here, you normally do Wednesday, so I don't want to intervene if you're doing a Wednesday. But if you're not, then I'll jump in on a Wednesday and do HeyArcher Live then. So if I don't speak to you guys before then, happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully you get some time, not only to just chill, but get some time with your family. See those who love you. And if you can't do that, have some gin. It's the only advice I can give you. Of course, HeyArcher Live every Thursday, 8:15-ish p.m. here on Nerd Affiliated. Daily planets, they drop sometimes almost daily. They're periodically coming through. If I get the Batman, I'll let you know. But like I said, I appreciate all of you. Whether you're here because you're toy collecting like me, into Ghostbusters like me, or just into hanging out with a bunch of other 40-plus year olds drinking gin on a Thursday, I appreciate you guys all the same. I don't really have any other memorable things or inspirational things to say, but what I will say is you can look in the mirror or look at your screen right now and say that I'm special enough, I'm strong enough, and gosh darn it, people like me. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to all you nerds in the next video. Peace. Let's see if the right video plays when I hit this button. We're out of here.
specifically vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
Yeah, come on, push a button. Push a goddamn button.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.